Welcome, folks. We are here today, back in the kitchen. I am excited, happy, exuberant because we are going to do a Jones or a Creamy family favorite, nostalgia to the 1000 oil down. Right? So, firstly, I want to give a disclaimer. Please, you don't come for me. This is our take on oil down. Alright, unfortunately, Granny Creamy is not here with us today. Granny Creamy is back home in Grenada, vacation and having a good time. Alright, so we are here doing a riff on our old Jones family classic. Alright, so for cast the ingredients today, you can't have oil down without some lovely breadfruit. Breadfruit to the max. Alright, we have okras. Alright, we have our green seasonings here. We have pimento, fine thyme, shadow benny, chive, celery. Right? We have some ginger and garlic. Right? You know, we can't have our oil down without pigtails. Alright, so these pigtails would have already been washed and we scalded them to take out some of the salt and to soften up. And you know, a Mr. Creamy pot is not a pot without some smoke bone. Right, just so that depth of flavor. So we are going to start, and today I'm just going to finish, run through, right, some of the seasonings. I have a little bit of big thyme here and some what we would call Spanish thyme or oregano. So we're just giving these quite a bit of a rough chop. I'm not doing much of a fine dice on the merit that this is something that once put together, it actually cooks for quite a while. Alright, and that's the difference with how I would have learned to make oil down. Alright, traditionally, mommy is from the island of Carriacou, from the country of Grenada. Alright, and this is how we were taught. Alright, so we're going to start. We're going to cut up this big fella here. Nice breadfruit, boy. Lord Father. That is breadfruit. And the difference is that we are not going to actually cut it up, we'll see. We're going to do wedges or slices of the breadfruit. Reason being is that we are not actually, once the pot is put together, you will see it will be done in a way that you do not stir the pot for oil down. Alright? You'll see we'll do it in a way, right, where it is you actually set the pot in a particular way, and it is a medium to moderate fire. With this breadfruit, you'll see after peeling, I'll drop it into some water. Right? Reason being, we don't want it to start to change color, right, and turn dark on us. So you see with the breadfruit, you just take out the core and then it's a simple peel. And we aren't cutting the breadfruit anything smaller than this. Unfortunately, Granny Creamy isn't here with us today. Right, as I said, she's out vacationing. But Granny Creamy was the originator in the household to sit and teach us how it is we go about with this process. And she always argues and quarrels. Oh, you only turn in the pot. So I hope today I can do my mommy proud in doing this oil down, and also her countrymen as well, with our version. Nowhere near the original. Right, so we finish off with the breadfruit, right, and we have everything, but again, I'm trying to stick as close to what I would have been taught. So we ain't using no pack today. We're going straight back to hocks. Right? So I would have started already, but just for the edification of the viewers, right? When you're trying to de-shell a coconut, use a fairly pointed knife. You hold it with a short grip, and you try to wedge in between the flesh and the shell, right? And then you just work your way around. See? Right? You wedge right between. See? And it just pops right out. Try another. Right? You get your finger behind. Get some leverage. Pops right out like a charm. Right, so folks, we are now at the best part, second to last best part, the actually assembly, right, of the oil down. So this is where this oil down will take a sharp deviation from what we would locally know here in Trinidad. How mommy would have taught me is actually what you call setting the pot. Alright, so that's what it is I'm going to start doing here now. Alright, because oil down is not something that you're actually supposed to turn. Alright, and I'll add a few pieces in the bottom to start. Alright, and when I believe I have enough, you will see I will start arranging it in the form of as close to a hand as possible. Alright, so you'll see when you do that, take out this piece here. Alright, by doing that, you're creating a hand where every other ingredient is going to go. Right, every single other ingredient. And now we start adding our oil down ingredients. Right, so I'll go in now with the pigtails. Right, so we'll go in with the meats. We have pigtail. Right, then we have the smoke bone. By now you're supposed to realize smoke bone is a staple within our household. Not only is it quite cost effective, but it adds lovely flavor, right, to your dishes and your food. Some carrots and some pumpkin. And then some okras. Now we have to talk about flavorings, right? So now I will come with my green seasonings, right? A nice heaping handful, right, of my green seasonings, if not more. Make sure I get some fine thyme and everything down inside it, pimento, everything. Right, it's a big pot of food, right? We're not afraid to season our food at all, right? And then I'll come back now with some sliced ginger and garlic, right? From Chalo Farms, right? We'll go in with some pimento flakes, right? Just to bolster that flavor and to give further depth of flavor. And also some of the signature blend, signature seasoning blend. This is just remarkable. Tried it on some steaks and it was lovely. Some all-purpose seasoning. What may be considered the most controversial of all the ingredients. I add a bit of curry. Yes, I add a bit of curry. Now, the reasoning for this is, to the best of my knowledge and how I was taught, right, by my mother, is that saffron is usually added. Or turmeric is the appropriate name, right? What we locally would call saffron. My spin on it is that if I am adding an ingredient, it should add some additional value other than what it is. So with the saffron, saffron gives that yellow tinge or that yellowish hue to the food. So you take out, doesn't look bland, your food doesn't look bland, which is good. Now given that curry is a blend of spices and turmeric is an ingredient in any curry masala blend, my thinking, and has been going beautifully, right, is that with the additional flavors that are in curry masala blends, it just lends to the overall warmth of what an oil dung is, which is a very warm and comforting food. All right? Now, another deviation that I do, which is prone to Trinidadians, is that we add the dasheen bush leaves, right, shredded up within the pot, which I actually like, which isn't very traditional, but I actually like it very much. Long time they used to use what they would call cooking butter or red butter, but you know, as we get older and we get a little wiser, we understand that we need to do things a little bit healthier, right? So in this case, I'll be using just a bit of regular butter. And then now, we close the hand, right? We close the hand. So similarly to what was done in the bottom, we are doing in reverse. So what we have here is what we call the closing of the hand. And you have the breadfruit pieces to close off on top. So there is no actual stirring when this is cooking, right? Actually, it is quite a bit of a fun experience because it's a bit of mixing and matching to find the pieces that could fit, right? So sometimes you have to just wedge it in, right? Get a couple smaller pieces. The dasheen bush leaves were traditionally used as the cover or the lid, right? So it's dual purpose, and dasheen bush or taro leaves, it is very high in iron, so we have those additional benefits there, right? So we have the taro leaves being used to seal the steam in, and you steam everything right here, right? At this point is where we will now add our liquid of the coconut milk that was blended. So we carefully pour, right? And this is where the coconut milk will now roll down into the crevices, right? I don't want it to spill, so I'll find a nice little crevice here. I am so excited at this point. The only ingredient that I would have added today, and you can feel free to add, is maybe a bit of hot pepper, right? Be mindful that is not something that you can go and fish out in your traditional dishes, right? Because of the way how this pot has been put together, right? And we see we have not come up, right? If we look carefully, we cannot see the liquid at the end. So what we'll do, so that coconut milk there, that was milk from 2 whole coconuts, right? So what we'll do now, I will just add regular tap water, right? Until I see it come up close to the side, right? And this here now is how it is. I set, right, my oil down. What we'll do now is I'll place it on the fire, right? I'll place it on the fire here now, and I will bring it up to a boil. I'll bring it up to a boil, so I'll put it on at a high flame. Yeah, boy, that is food. Pot heavy, right? And I will cover, and once it is, It comes to a boil, I start seeing a little steam because there's my pressure cooker I'm using, but without the pressure weight. Right? So as soon as I realize I'm getting some steam, I will lower my pot to a medium. Right? And that medium fire, it will go and roll maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. You want it to take its time. You have smoke bone in here, you have pigtail in here, you have a lot of green seasonings and whatnot in here. But it's okay, I now put on the pot so I wouldn't get burned, right? It's just love. This is the final ingredient, right? You rub the pot and say, right, we spend some time paying you together. You do your thing. You take a little rest here now, and you do what you had to do. Right? So folks, we'll come back. When we come back, I'll show you all the final touches. And just one quick tip. With the pot set like this, it is ill-advised or not traditional to actually come in now with a pot spoon to stir the pot. You don't stir the pot like this. What I was taught is that, like how this pot has a lid and a handle, you would take, let me clear these things so that you can see, right? All you do is as you go, you take it and you hold, and you can, based on how large the pot is, you can do just like this. And this here now basically swishes all the ingredients set similarly to how it is within the pot. So that way, every now and again, maybe every 15-20 minutes, I would come in just like this. Just like this. Maybe a few times, about 10 seconds, just to make sure where all the direct heat is coming, the pot isn't getting too much direct heat and it wouldn't stick. We want, or burn I would say, we don't mind a little bit of sticking because that is the caramelization and that is the flavor. We don't mind that. As we all know, just like our pita and everything else, the bun is the best. Right? But we don't want to stir this pot at all. We're not making pap, we're not making soup. We're making oil down. See you when I come back. So, finally, the journey has come to an end. The fire is off. And the pot is coming down. Right? Finally, we are here to reveal. Right? The oil down. Right? So you see my lid is here, everything. This will be just, ah boy. Smell-o-vision, that is what it is we need, smell-o-vision. Right? So we're coming in, remember we had our breadfruit. We had all our flavorings in here. We have, come sweetheart.
I have my spoon already.
Oh Lord. I've got all.
Most definitely. It's looking
Right.
good.
So we're going in here, we wanna get, we have our pigtails,
Wow.
the smoke bone, right? Hold the plate from up, please, babe.
Pretty much.
Right? We getting down here. Oh Lord, falling off the bone.
Lovely.
Right? I might get a little okra for you here too.
Yes. That's a
Alright.
smoke bone.
A little pumpkin.
Pigtail.
Yes.
Take it out. Take it out.
Right?
Alright, that's enough.
Nice enough.
Yes. Let me just take a little taste. Tasting good already. I just watch it.
Smell-o-vision.
Yes.
Alright. So, oh yeah, the lady malfunctioning. She's supposed to be speaking right now. She's actually saying it has a wonderful texture.
Lovely.
One more. I'll interpret. Alright. The breadfruit is well flavored through with the pigtails and the smoke bones. Next, and one more. That is, oh God, I love this, man. I taste in the small island, I taste in the islands. I could taste Grandma Creamy sit down and carry a co up in Top Hill. Right? tasting Mount Royal and Munich. Right?
It's really good.
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
really good. It's very
All right,
flavorful.
so folks, as we say, this is our riff on my family traditional meal, right? Oil down,
Yeah.
right? As you said, we are, well, I am first generation Grenadian with my father from Munich in Grenada and my mother from Top Hill in Carriacou. Grandma Creamy, where she is vacationing right now. So, Grandma Creamy, this one is for you. Right? I hope you represented well,
Yes.
and I hope that I can continue to learn and share your teachings, right? From our family to yours.
Yes.
Love in the house.
Lovely.